Um, my ambition to be an artist is to express myself and also my gender identity. And I'm studied from diploma in Summer University, and then I pursue my study in MSU for degree, and now I'm pursuing my master's in USM. I practice like mixed media and also experimental with materials, and as well as subjectivity related to gender, identity, politicals, and culture. In the program, I think it trained me to go from being an artist into an established artist. And also the program helps a lot in terms of building up the career and also building up the work. Yeah. A belonging is a feeling of belonging coming back to Malaysia. From far, because I used to live in India for like 5 years, and then slowly that want to trace back the culture and trace back my memories. Yeah, so this title brings that essence, especially when it comes to Asian context. Pretty much great.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course, there are a lot more to go and exploring, growing the work. Have to read a lot, like keep myself updated with a lot of books, new books, and also some videos, documentaries that kind of like inspire me to keep moving and keep doing my series. Yeah. The materials are very interesting when I start playing with the technique that I use, like also the layers that I play with on my painting. So they are like the kind of like repetitive form for me to practice in my work, because it becomes like a ritual in my studio. Yeah, so it's very fun to do like that. Yeah, I can answer from a visual side, which is when the light is reflecting on the colors, when the light falls on the colors actually glazes from the surface. So pigments are used in ceramics, they're used in oil paints, and used in Mughal miniature paintings. So these are the subjects I have been studying throughout my art studies. I think COVID is boring. COVID made me stay at home for entire life. So I try to tackle on this perception that I'm trapped at home. So I realized that there are few old things that I used to get teased with, get bullied with, which is something that quite sarcastically funny to certain races, but I use that in a very different way that I would think that is part of my experience, it's part of my journey as growing up a person. So I use tissue as a way to express the certain kind of harassment, certain kind of embarrassment also as well, because harass and then embarrass. So I try to play with that tissue pulp because it also has something to do with paper making. I like the technique, but I want to change the appearance. So I want to make something with a little bit more like molded shapes, and also with a little bit characteristic of different packages. So I paint on them, I can just color them, dye them, and make into a sculpture form. The works behind me.
Okay.
And
explain a bit more about
yeah. It's it comes from the, like I say, the COVID time when I'm trapped at home, and certain memories comes, like, you know, like after sex, people always look for tissue, you know, such incidents, right? So there's a mini story that I collect while working on them. But it's also, when you look at the lights, it reminds me of the bars, you know, the gay bars that I go to. Well, as well as also not only gay bars, but to me it can be also a red light district. Yeah. So it has the resemblance of the culture, you know, the culture of the red light culture. Very much, because in Malaysia there were few clubs that used to be there for quite some time. After I left Malaysia, I still, you know, like missing those places that I used to go to. They have these significant events happening, you know, meeting up the right people, and then some even are the important people sometimes, like randomly just, oh, like, you know. So there are a lot of memories that I think no longer here sometimes, because some of them are closed. So maybe it's the new gay bar that is happening right now. Yeah. Well, Bakat Muda is a competition that I got into as a finalist. As well, also, after this show, I'll be actually continue to make more work for KL Expo, and also let's see what I will explore on. I think it's important to show the work, you know, known as something more queer, something that is fighting for human rights. So through this time competition, I meant to show the work in a more provocative way, to, you know, to share to the people that, you know, the art world is growing so much. We cannot stay at the laid-back time and say that we cannot do this, we cannot do that. So I just take a decision to show this kind of works. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vicky.